Hey everyone, Riley Productions here. Just a quick tip video on how to set up your AN lines. This is what we're using for the CUDA and the Challenger. This video is mainly for the new guys who have never done this before. Not really for the pros. You guys should already know this. Mainly for the guys who have never worked with AN fittings before, just to keep an eye out on what to look for. So our setup is a tilted master cylinder, and this thing comes with a -3 AN3 or 3AN AN fitting. It's a male-to-male that goes into the master cylinder, and it threads in there, and the hydraulic release bearing that it matches this comes with a -4 line. So what we did was we got a bunch of -4 lines, and what we initially wanted to do was to use this adapter, which is a -3 on this end, and it adapts or enlarges it to a -4 so it could join to the -4 line. The problem with this fitting is, when we checked it out, if you look closely, it's a little shorter. It's a little shorter than the factory fitting. So this probably won't seat, so you have to be careful with that. What we did instead was we got a different fitting, which goes over the -3 and makes it a -4. This is from Earl's as well. It's a little bit pricier. These -3 adapters are like $4. This one is like $18. So, but this should seal. We know for sure that the taper seats all the way, so there should be no leaks. I'm not gonna use these. They're still fine, but just don't want to risk that chance of anything leaking. So that goes there, and then from this line to mate to the hydraulic release bearings line, we were going to use this -4 steel union, but the problem with this particular fitting is that it doesn't go into the -4 line easily. It doesn't hand thread easily. So when you are setting up AN lines, you always want to hand thread it and never torque it down, because something's wrong with these threads. They're too thick or cut too thick or something. You never want to torque it down because it'll damage the threads. Luckily, Summit was cool enough to send us a replacement fitting, and we already torqued that down. It goes in there. To see this one should thread in just fine. Let's see, it goes in smoothly. You can hand thread it. While the other fitting, this other fitting just doesn't want to go in. Well, it fits here on this 90, but it doesn't fit here easily on this. It's just stuck. So we're gonna toss this one. This is trash. We don't want to risk it. This 90 goes onto the line, which goes onto the master cylinder, and then there, and then this end goes to the hydraulic release bearing. This particular master cylinder is actually the Challenger's. The CUDA's is already installed, but it's pretty much like this. This is how we're going to set it up. We're going to have a -4 line all the way through, so it'll have the extra clutch fluid volume. Earl's stuff is great. It's not a knock on them. We love using their parts, but sometimes you have to watch out and just test fit everything before you torque everything down. it's not a knock on them. They may have some quality control issues. They probably produce this overseas or something. I don't know, but we love using their stuff though. Just you have to keep an eye out sometimes. But other than that, just a quick tip for you guys out there. All right, guys. Wireless Productions. See you guys later at the track.